Hi and welcome back. Really quick update today because I've lost a part. So fortunately it's something I can probably replace, but it does mean that I've got nothing to show for this week. So almost the end of the week, I need to get the video done, and I was going to do a little bit of work, and I was going to build up the piston rods. So these are made up from these two laminates. They're a bit tricky to see, but essentially they have the crosshead on them. So this is in two parts, and you essentially laminate them together like that, and it builds up two crossheads, one on either side. So you can see that they have the normal kind of shape, and you can see at the side here just there's a gap where they would slide up and down the slide bars. And while laminating these two pieces together, you put a piece of 0.45 millimeter nickel silver wire across the middle. There's actually, you can see there's in one of the layers, if you look carefully, there's a little slot there for it to kind of go in. The other one's solid at the end there. Again, get the camera to focus there, and that grabs the wire. So you put the wire across the middle, laminate it together, and then you use the guide in the middle here to cut the laminate in half, and then you can take the crossheads off the edge. The thing I've lost is the nickel silver wire. So because these are so small, and I was worried about exactly how I was going to get the solder in here without messing everything up, I thought the easiest thing to do, rather than trying to tin these parts and ending up flooding the guides, I would tin the end of the wire, put it in the right place, heat it up, and hope that with a little bit of flux that the solder would wick to where I needed it to, and everything would stay together. And I was holding the wire in a pair of soldering tweezers, and I touched it with the tip of the soldering iron, and it pinged out the tweezers. Now I don't know whether it was a heat transfer thing, whether I just hadn't got it in the tweezers properly and managed to knock it out. I don't know, but it went pinging off and I can't find it. I mean, it's a 13mm piece of 0.45mm nickel silver wire. It's impossible to see. Unfortunately, I don't have any more of the wire. There was one piece came with the kit. I did try on the off chance. I cut down. I had some 0.45. Well, 0.4mm actually drill bits that are next to useless. So I chopped. I can't get it to focus. I chopped the drill off the end, and this would have been okay. I can cut it with the. It's not too bad, but I can't get the solder to stick to it. I assume it's to do with whatever the tool steel's made of. So that's it. I can't make them up. I have some 0.5mm brass wire, but that would look silly because the piston rod is obviously on show all the time on the side of the loco and needs to be kind of steel in colour. So I'm going to have to buy some wire before I can go on, because the carpet monster has eaten this one. Nothing I can do about it really, but it does mean that I'm kind of stuck. I mean, I could move on to another instruction, but I probably don't have time. So yeah, what can I say? I need to be slightly more careful. I mean, the parts are brilliantly designed. Again, you know, holes to help align the two etches. I got a little bit bored with the holes drilled in already set up. But yeah, without the wire, I can't solder these together. So as I say, it's the end of the week. It's the last week of the school term, so there's been lots of events, things happening in and around my kids going to school, and I just haven't had the time to do any modelling until now. And yeah, that's probably it. If I come up with a miraculous solution, then there might be a second part to this video. But as it is, that's all for now. I wanted to make sure I kept going with the one video a week, otherwise I'll get disheartened and there'll be it's nice to be able to keep going. Anyway, that's where we are. So hopefully I will come back to this shortly. I'll see if I can get some wire delivered sooner rather than later. And hopefully, of course, I'll be buying more than 13mm, at which point I'll have some spare if it goes pinging off again. If you want to make sure you see that when it arrives, then the subscribe button is down here. Thanks. Okay, so I decided I had to do something. I couldn't have a video where I achieved absolutely nothing at all. So, given I can't do much with the body yet, I decided... Sorry, with the chassis, without the continuing on with the piston rods, I've done the first instruction for the body, which is to solder the 12BA nut to the footplate. So, I have achieved something. I've also cut out the etch for the front and sides of the cab. You're supposed to fold this up now and fit it into the guides on the footplate, but I'm trying to work out whether I should add at least some of the laminates before I do, so I can do them flat with the resistance soldering unit. I'm thinking the answer is probably not, because I need to make sure I align all three so that they and you won't be able to do that until you fold the piece. I could possibly do the two side ones, I'm not sure. But we will come to that at some future point. For now, I've achieved something this week, and yeah, I've got a video I can put out and be happy about it. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next week, when hopefully I will have actually had some chance to do some modelling. Couple of days at home with my son, my eldest son as well, and we might do, we've got a couple of ideas in mind of things we might do this summer. If you remember, in the past we've built some kits together. I'll try and put some links here, so there might be some more of that this summer as well. We shall see. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.